Imagine this, a tiny island, barely bigger than a football field, jam-packed with over 800 people, no privacy, no personal space, and a lifestyle that feels like living in a never-ending human traffic jam. Welcome to Santa Cruz del Islote, the most crowded island on Earth. Yes, you heard that right, on Earth. How did this island come to be? Why do people still live here? And most importantly, how do they manage their day-to-day life and even survive? Santa Cruz del Islote is like a floating ant colony, except it's built entirely on concrete. This island, located 2 hours off the coast of mainland Colombia, has a population density of 68,000 people per square kilometer. That's 10 times denser than Hong Kong, and Hong Kong is a small place on the world map that houses 8 million people. And unlike Hong Kong, there are no skyscrapers here, just 4 streets and a maze of tiny houses stacked on top of one another like Lego bricks. Oh, and no cars or motorcycles either. Not that there's any room to drive. Let's talk about the living spaces here. Each house is like a Tetris block, crammed with 10 or more people sharing one small room. Houses were built whenever it was needed, without any approval from authority, and no one is officially a landowner. If they cannot find any space to build a house, they build it on top of existing buildings. The living space is so crammed up, even the walls were being used for hanging personal belongings. Well, most houses don't even have a wardrobe. You would think, how about beds? Most houses have just straight mattress with no linen on it. Living in such a country with high temperature and humidity all year round, sharing the same mattress with a few others each night, with most days without electricity supply for fan or air conditioning, and without proper method of cleaning the mattress is definitely not something very delightful, and mattresses on the floor are the norm. Privacy, what's that? You literally have to walk through other people's houses just to get to the other side of the island. And don't even ask about the bathrooms. Spoiler alert, they often don't have them. The ocean doubles as their trash bin, and well, you can guess the rest. It's impossible to escape from people here. Step outside and you're in someone's personal space. Even if you try to be alone, someone will pop out of a doorway or a rooftop. The island is home to about 220 families, living in what can only be described as organized chaos. But here's the twist. Despite the sardine can lifestyle, these people have a surprisingly cheerful outlook on life. At least this 94-year-old lady had never left the island since birth. Girls as young as 16 years old is at a usual age to fall pregnant and have their first child. On average, each woman gave birth to 3 to 5 children, and there is even a midwife on the island who deliver almost everyone at the later generation than her. Oh wait, if every generation has kids at 16, then that should make the mother a grandmother at 32, and a great-grandmother at 48. If someone dies on the island, since there are no land that can be dug on the island, the corpse will get shipped back to the mainland and to be buried there. Life can be tough living on this island. It is almost unimaginable to be doing fitness right next to a pile of, dog excretion. You may be wondering if people on this island gets electricity. There is no electricity on this island. No electricity? No! Electricity is a luxury here. I can see there is a washing machine there, but what's the point if there is no or limited electricity? I don't think anyone likes their laundry half done, left inside the machine and the washing cycle resumed a day later. Electricity is only available when the sun shines, thanks to solar panels. There are 380 solar panels and 180 batteries, which gives energy to everything. But electricity is only available when there is sunshine, and between 12 noon to 5 p.m., you can image food as being caught and eaten fresh, otherwise they go rotten easily, especially the temperature is hot on the island. And how about drinking water? There is a shortage on clean water on this island. People uses water for drinking only. All other reasons are disregarded. Clean water is collected during the rare rainfalls or brought in by boats from the mainland. People celebrate like it's New Year's when it rains. However, people on the island suffers during rain seasons, typically in September and October, where heavy rainfall during high tides, all of the streets will get flooded with seawater. Where do these get their food? They're surrounded by the ocean, but overfishing and pollution mean they now have to import fish from the mainland. Yep, an island that can't catch its own seafood. Let that sink in. And check out the food from the grocery stores. Because there was no electricity, the food just don't look too fresh most of the times. Speaking of the ocean, let's talk about the island's environmental situation. Garbage is everywhere, on the streets, in the water, and even at the ocean floor. Plastic bags, metal scraps, even toilets, yes, toilets, are dumped into the sea. And here's the kicker, the same polluted waters are where they fish and wash their clothes. It's a vicious cycle of pollution, overpopulation, and limited resources. By the way, if you are wondering how they clear the garbage properly, if they were not dumped into the ocean, they actually get shipped off back to the mainland. Nice. Now, what do people here do for fun? Well, some people do own a cell phone which was charged during the day, and hopefully they will last throughout the night with their scrolling through social media as well as using the light as a torch, as the island just don't have electricity at night. Well, there's a lot of music, dancing, and domino games. They also have a thing for cockfights. Yes, chicken death matches are a weekend favorite. And let's not forget the lottery machine, which someone thought was a brilliant idea to bring to an island with no reliable electricity. Nothing screams hope like gambling your savings on a battery-powered screen in the middle of nowhere. Tourism is one of the island's main sources of income. Hundreds of visitors come here daily, paying a $2.50 entry fee to see the world's most crowded island, take selfies, and maybe even swim in the polluted waters with sea turtles and sharks. There is even a man-made aquarium built for tourists, where locals keep fishes, sea turtles, and even sharks in a very limited space. The tourist is allowed to swim with these animals if they like a unique experience. There is a bar here where locals or tourists can come here and enjoy a drink. The bartender said after deducting all the costs, he can make about $50 a day. There is only one hostel on this island, which created a peaceful atmosphere for the tourists who came for a visit. For the locals, it's a love-hate relationship. Tourists bring money, but they also bring more chaos to an already overstressed ecosystem. Despite all this, the people of Santa Cruz del Islote are surprisingly resilient. There are no police or authority on the island. They've created a community that's deeply connected, where everyone knows everyone, and disputes are settled by the elders instead of the police. There's no crime here either, just a shared sense of survival and a lot of jokes to keep spirits high. They've even managed to live long lives, with many residents reaching their 90s. Maybe it's the sense of community, or maybe it's the fresh ocean air. Either way, it's impressive, given the circumstances. But let's be real, is this island a ticking time bomb? With concerns about rising sea levels, overpopulation, and pollution are pushing Santa Cruz del Islote to its limits. The island was originally said to have built on a coral platform, but with changes in sea temperatures, acidity, and marine biodiversity due to the climate crisis, it's a harsh reminder of what happens when human ingenuity clashes with environmental reality. So what's the takeaway here? Santa Cruz del Islote is a fascinating, chaotic, and incredibly unique place. It's a testament to human resilience, but also a warning about the dangers of unchecked population growth and environmental neglect. Would you visit this island, or better yet, could you live here? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us on this virtual trip to the world's most unbelievably crowded island. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more wild adventures and stories from around the world. Until next time, stay curious.